What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Triple Threat Show. As always, I'm your host, Meryl Patemi. For this video today, if you guys didn't check out the last two videos that have been posted, go over there to the channel, click on those last two videos because this is a continuation of that, and this is the third episode of the day. Today is Friday, August 8th, and gonna get back into the show today. Today we're talking a little bit about the UFC. You would say there's not a whole lot going on there. What are you talking about? Nothing's really been announced. Nothing's been officially announced by Dana White. Sorry to break it to you guys. Dana White doesn't announce everything like this. He waits. He lets things simmer. He lets other cards come out until he announces the next one. For example, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Excuse me for that pronunciation. Khabib Nurmagomedov. His prodigy, Islam Makhachev, the former pound for pound GOAT in the pound for pound number one rank in the world, is fighting JDM. Who announced that fight? Khabib. Khabib announced it. That it's going to be happening at 322, UFC 322 in New York. The next one that just got announced earlier today, or yesterday, I should say. Ilia Topuria taking on Justin Gaethje. A little bit of an interesting one here. Justin Gaethje coming off of his last two fights. Of course, we always remember the one against Max Holloway 2 fights ago when Max Holloway knocked him out in the final 5 seconds. But this is a guy, Justin Gaethje, that just beat Rafael Fiziev in a pretty decisive fashion. Coming out there, is a long time in the lightweight division, long time, big time fighter. Not a whole lot of fights left in his career. Going up against a red hot Ilia Topuria, a guy that honestly is just taking the division by storm. But this is a guy in Gaethje that's come on has come public with the fact that he wants to fight for a title. He wanted to fight before Charles Oliveira got that opportunity against Ilia Topuria a couple months ago. Didn't get that one, but is really looking forward to this one. Has always said it. Is really looking forward to his next opportunity. Was pretty much forcing Dana White's hand, saying, I either want a title opportunity or I'm retiring. He gets it. He deserves it. Long-time lightweight, like I mentioned, has been fighting for the last almost decade in that division. Absolutely deserves it. He's fought Khabib. He's fought Dustin Poirier. He's fought Charles Oliveira. Michael Chandler. Across the board, he's fought everybody. He's fought everybody. But this is a different situation. This is a different fight. This is going up against Ilia Topuria, one of the best strikers, one of the best up-and-coming guys. I think Ilia Topuria makes short work of Justin Gaethje. I just think Gaethje's striking isn't as good as it used to be. Maybe back in the day, 5 years ago, if this fight happened, it would be much closer. It would be much more entertaining. I still think it's going to be entertaining. I don't think it's going to be a first-round knockout like it was against Charles Oliveira. But I do think it's going to be another one. It's going to be another knockout under Ilia Topuria's belt. And it's going to be another one. One of my buddies just recently brought this up, and honestly, it makes sense. This streak that Ilia Topuria is on right now, it really is very reminiscent of the John Jones rise. If you guys remember back in the day when John Jones first burst onto the scene, he kind of just went legend by legend and just executed everybody. Just literally, that's what he did. He went one by one, beat Shogun, beat off the top, Jesus Christ, I can't remember. Um, I can't remember names. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst with names. But he just pretty much went legend by legend and took everybody out. Literally. So I really think that this is going to be another continuation of that. It's eerily similar to that. And this is a guy in Ilia Topuria that's bursting onto the scene. Undefeated, continuing to fight at a high level, and I think this is another one for him under his belt, another notch. Other than that, we'll be doing another preview before that. But let's talk a little bit about next week because we actually have a big time title fight. Khamzat Chimaev, one of the best middleweights, a former welterweight, middleweight now, that is now fighting for a title against Dricus du Plessis. He has wins over Kamaru Usman. He has wins over Paulo Costa. He has wins over, what was his latest fight? Oh, Jesus Christ. Why am I the worst with remembering things? I apologize. But he's just one of the best up and coming fighters on the scene right now, and I can't wait to see this fight. This is a guy in Dricus Du Plessis that has a really that's the other one when Shemaev beat Robert Whitaker by submission in the first round. This is a guy in Dricus Du Plessis on the other side that has a really weird fighting style. He has wins over Israel Adesanya. He has 2 wins over Sean Strickland, who beat Israel Adesanya. He's This is a guy that is just an absolute powerhouse. He also beat Whitaker by KO. This is a guy in Dricus Du Plessis that's just really took the scene over for the last 2 years, and this is probably his biggest fight since he beat Sean Strickland for the title. This really is. Sean Strickland looked unbeatable when he beat Israel Adesanya. Just tactical, everything calculated, really weird fighting style, just covering up, just throwing very calculated punches and blocking really well. Um, Going up against a guy now, at the time DDP, who was a good striker, but also a really weird one. Is good on the ground, really unique fighting style across the board, and really good at getting in your head. That is the one thing that we're really looking forward to. And we have probably 3 or 4 days time until we start the press conferences. Have your popcorn out for these press conferences, because I promise you DDP is going to try and get into Hamzat's head. I think I would not be shocked if Dricus Du Plessis tries to get in Hamzat's head the way that Conor McGregor tried to get in Nate Diaz's head. I would not be shocked if Hamzat responds in the same way Nate Diaz did, throwing water bottles at Conor, and it's just an absolute mayhem. The way, if you guys remember Colby Covington and Leon Edwards when they fought a year ago, the way Colby Covington tried to get in Leon Edwards' head when he brought up his dad. This is a guy in Hamzat Chimaev that's seen a lot of war, seen a lot of hardship, has a lot of passion for helping people and helping kids and helping everybody around him. Has seen a lot of suffering. DDP is going to bring that up. It's going to be messy. It's going to be really bad. I would not be sure. I would probably be willing to bet that there's going to be some type of fight, brawl, something that breaks out. If you guys remember Hamzat and Nate Diaz before that fight got canceled, those two got into it. Hamzat and Kevin Holland, excuse me, sorry. When those two got into it, how a fight broke out backstage with those two. I don't think it's going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be Conor McGregor and Khabib. I don't think that, but it's going to be bad. It's going to be messy, and it's going to be really fun. It's going to be really interesting to watch from a fan perspective, and I can't wait to see it. We'll cover that as we go, because this is a big time fight week. This is one of the best cards of the year, I'd say, coming up next weekend, because I mean UFC 319, it's a big time card. We've talked about the main event, but even the co-main event, we have Leron Murphy. Jesus Christ, Leron Murphy going up against Aaron Pico. Obviously that's Leron Murphy's undefeated, one no contest, but a really great fighter. You have Goff Neal going up against Carlos Prates, an up and coming fighter. You have Michael Venom Page going up against an always tough Jared Cannonier. Even though he's getting a little bit older, Jared Cannonier is one of the better fighters in the UFC. 18-8, long time career, and you have Kaya Sakura as well going up against Tim Elliott at the bottom of the main card. Like, this is a really loaded main card. It's going to be really fun to watch for anybody that knows UFC, even if you don't know UFC. If you just want to watch a really good card and you just have to have time next Saturday, just throw it on the TV, because I promise you, you're not going to get bored. This is one of those cards that happens once every 3 or 4 months. And yeah, you would say it happens 3 times a year. But this is going to be a really fun one. I really highly recommend, if you're not into UFC and you're trying to get into it, throw this on, because it's not going to be bad. I promise. If it is bad, flood the comment section and say it was bad and mass unsub. Don't mass unsub, but seriously, just watch it and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's going to be really fun. But that's all my UFC news. Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje announced for 323. We have obviously Islam Makhachev going up against Jack Della Maddalena at 322. 321, I believe, is one of those quieter cards. I'm not 100% sure what it is. 320, we have Magomed Ankalaev going up against Alex Pereira. That is going to be an unbelievable fight, and I cannot wait to go over that one. That I honestly think this could be this is another one of those cards coming early October that's going to be up there for one of the best cards. And then 321. How did I forget this? We have Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane. I'm sorry, guys. I have the memory of a potato. If you haven't seen so far throughout this video, some of it I'm definitely gonna cut out, so you're probably not gonna see some of it, but you'll know what I mean. But yeah, I got one last video coming out for the day. Check that out. Coming up next. Should be coming out in a couple minutes, honestly, right after this video, and I'll see you guys all there. Quick preview. We talk some NBA. Some NBA news that came out earlier today, and I can't wait to cover it because, yeah, it's written on my head. You know what it is. You know what time it is. I'll see you guys all over there.